And that possible verdict has the city on high alert, so much so that one school has already canceled classes for tomorrow. Local 12's Brad Underwood continues our team coverage with the precautions that are being taken. Brad?
Well, hi, Cammie. This is not 2001. That was the feeling expressed by many we talked to tonight in the West End and in Over-the-Rhine. However, if a not guilty verdict is delivered, there are many people that are concerned that there could be unrest in the city of Cincinnati. Inside one West End business, there's a clear consensus of how Ray Tenzing's trial should end.
I think if the verdict don't come out the way it's supposed to, Cincinnati could be up for uproar.
Leonard Smith and Richard Florence talk inside Florence's store about the trial. They feel strongly that the verdict must come back guilty or things could take a bad turn in the city.
I know we know about the Timothy Thomas murder, and that was, you know how people were about that. I mean, so it may be a little tougher than that.
A few blocks away at Saint Francis Seraph, brother Tim Sucher says students will not be at school Thursday ahead of the potential verdict.
We're not anticipating anything. We don't have any inside word as to what's going to happen. It's just, given what's happened in the past, it's just a wise thing to do.
It was already going to be a half day. Now students have the full day. Brother Sucher talks regularly with people in the neighborhood around his church and says there doesn't generally seem to be a fear of unrest.
I consider him a wisdom figure. When we talked about this, he shared with me that he does not sense the same amount of anger in the community as we've seen in the past.
The anger may not be on the level of 2001, but Florence says this trial must give the community the justice he says it demands.
One guilty verdict isn't going to make up for all the other acquittals. So I know we're expecting guilty, and that's the only thing that we're really going to accept.
Now, the decision at Saint Francis Seraph, this was not an impulse decision based on the jury getting the case today. We were told they've been in regular contact with their police liaison and the city over the last couple of weeks in anticipation of this trial. They just say this was the right move, the smart move to make, just to be prepared. Cammie?
All right, Brad Underwood, thank you. And city officials don't anticipate any issues, but they have activated the Emergency Operations Center as a precaution. They usually do that for big events. Our complete team coverage will continue tomorrow as the jury nears its decision. Local 12 News will bring you the Tenzing verdict live when it happens. And remember, you can find all of our coverage on the Tenzing trial and watch the proceedings streaming live at local12.com.